Welcome to the Alternate Basketball Center in Singapore, and it's time for us to get into the next game, which of course will be a very interesting one as Huat R&E Basketball Club Raffles take on Qian. It's going to
U16 first category.
Press the AF on.
Right, we are going to do the team for girls team. Team is ready.
When you want me to go live in.
Let's get ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to the Rigorer Youth Cup 2022 on the 16th 15 match. And now, for the players' introduction for the 34 facing match. Raffles and Qian.
That is being played for two reasons. This is a placement match, and this will be followed later on in the day by the under-16 final. So just a very early start, and it's going to take a bit of time for our ladies to get, for our young ladies to get comfortable on the court. Stretching it forward now was Chi. Still looking for those opportunities to make them count. Picked up by Lian. Straight back to Lorraine Garcia. Chi takes the first effort at a field goal, but no way through for Kim Huat. Well, it certainly looks like, well, it's going to be a bit of not a shaky start, but a bit of a slow start. Keep in mind the fact that the first game of the day is always the toughest. It's like the first contestant getting onto a stage, isn't it? Having said that, our young ladies, we are fairly early in the morning to start. And this is the second time around that that's come off the hoop for Kim Huat. It's Qian here. And that's finally through. A tad bit of joy there coming from Chi. She did miss out on one, and that's 2 points in the bag for Kim Huat R&E basketball Raffles. Now taking it forward, here's Alicia. Conceding possession back again. Decent layup there, and that'll do the trick. That's exactly what you want. And it's Megan Lim to restore parity here for Qian. They've been able to make it count, and a three-pointer there for Kim Huat to now move up to 5. It's almost end-to-end action, just about missing it. Well, it could have been a worthy three-pointer to get back on level terms, but for the time being it isn't, so it still is. Well, Kim Huat seemed to be very, very keen being able to keep the lead here. That'll be called. Our referees well for the day. We shall get you acquainted with them later on as well. So Kim Huat do get the benefit of the call. They will get that. There for Kim Huat. Mary Lorraine trying to make the difference here, and unfortunately shot here. Unable to make that count, but this time around it looks like it's going to be a reply here. Alicia goes for it, will just about missing out on her effort with that layup. It's back to Alicia. Now the jump shot that doesn't make it through. The field goal just about eluding Qian. Lim. Here's Alicia. And that's well, 3 times unlucky. Murphy's Law wouldn't count for this one. But Huat R&E Basketball Club Raffles still leading. Well, 5-2. Very early days, of course, to count anything. Decent enough run. And there from Chaise. Will just about fail to make it through the target. Here's Alicia back again. Off to Najwa. And that's through finally. Decent enough to just draw closer to Kim Huat, a point behind now. That's what you really require. So Megan Lim, well, able to do fairly well. She's fairly strong in defense too. She's had 2 good efforts at the hoop so far today. Here's Celeste. It's picked up by Alicia. That'll be called by the referee. Obstruction there. Chance for a free throw. That's actually a throw-in. Unfortunately for Alicia. Just a tad bit of killjoy. Here's Celeste. A decent block there from Chi. Well, let's run you through the bits and bobs, of course, of this tournament. This tournament has been around since the 80s, and it, of course, stands as one of the most prestigious tournaments for the simple reason that it is a pathway to the national squad. Remember, the cream of the crop or the best players will stand a chance to make it through. It's almost like an audition or a qualification process by itself, and that's what you really require in sports like this. You need to bring out the best, and here you have the clubs that really do have the finest players in there. Having said that, these young ladies got in a lot before we did to start their warm-up and their training, and that really shows you the dedication that goes into the sport. Let's also remind you once again that this is brought to you by the Basketball Association of Singapore, so it's all about formal rules more than anything else. Now here's Megan Lim back again. This time we're just about failing to get it through. Let's get a touch of the hoop. Not the finest. And a quick return there on the counter from Chi. Let's also remind you that we've got 4 periods of about 10 minutes each. There will be the normal interval of 5 minutes and the short breaks of about 2 minutes. The first and second and the third and fourth period. That's just about standard or regulation as we call it. That's a lovely 3-pointer. Absolutely marvelous job being done there by Lorraine Garcia. And now it's 8 points in the bag here for Kim Huat, who just seem to be stretching their lead. It's all about the basics, isn't it? No aggression here, not too much of pace in this early game, but it certainly is a matchup that the white t-shirts will be very keen on. Another attempt there coming from Chaise. Here's Alicia. Chansey just struggling a tad bit. 3 minutes 38 seconds left on the clock before the end of the first period, and we do hope that it's been well, exciting enough for you because we've been enjoying ourselves for the time that we got here. Remember, we're going to be with you right till the end of the day, so it's the long haul for us, and we absolutely love it. Alicia just looking for a tad bit of help. Well, she missed out on a couple of jump shots. You can only imagine the joy if she does manage to get the one in. Still very much in control. Now Lapides just blocked there, decent enough defense put up by Qian. And that's through. It took a bit of time, but they needed that. Decent enough coming from Violet Tong. Finest effort, the Lei Shangyou. They didn't want to get that through. Now here's a chance for Kim Huat to restore parity before they get towards the end of that break. Remember, there's still a lot more time for those field goals. Reception by Neha. Shishi. That will be called by the referee. There's no doubt about it. Garcia. They're fairly active. They're good distribution in this part of the game. Just to remind you that the Youth Cup in Singapore will just stay the same. It's only the brand that will change. There's opportunity there for young Violet Tong. So for the longest period of time, of course, the Youth Cup had a different world title sponsor, but now from this year onwards it's Rigorer, and we are looking at well, not just a fresh beginning, but also a better start after we had 2 years of waiting. Celeste. Got it to Megan Lim. Doesn't miss on the layup. Near perfect there. She's had 3 out of 4 in, and it's, well, 8-all here. Still in the first period, and it's end-to-end action that we're looking at. In what very eager on restoring the lead that they had. Misdemeanor. Well, one thing is for certain, both sides of the fence will be very eager to get a free throw. So Chelsea actually have the chance to take the lead for the first time, and they do. Absolutely wonderful effort there from Celeste Lin. So it's Chachi that lead now 11-8. A minute left in the first period of play. And that's what you call an absolutely beautiful effort. Neha Lapides well uses every little bit of copybook that she would have learned to pull that through. Absolutely marvelous effort from Neha Lapides, Santi Velu. This first time on a court when you really want to drive straight through. You've got conviction. Moments like those that really count. So, well, 10-11 is what it stands at currently. We'll get through the last throw of the dice. Will Kim Huat be able to make this count? Well, almost does it for them. Seconds to count down. It's all up it is. Manages to knock that in. Absolutely wonderful layup from her. It's the second time around that she's pulled that out of the bag. So Kim Huat restored their lead as they get into that first shot break, and it's 12-11. What a turn of events. End-to-end action from both sides of the fence before, of course, we finally got to that lead for Kim Huat. Stay with us. We continue with the action right here at the Singapore Basketball Center. Welcome back to the second period as we continue with the action here between Kim Huat R&E Basketball Club Raffles and Qian. It's been an exciting start for us, end-to-end action on both sides of the court before it was finally Kim Huat who just pulled off that last turn, and Neha Lapidez restoring the lead with 12-11. Was the score before they got into the break. First up effort here from Kim Huat. Giving it away, yes, Celeste. Off to Violet. Celeste back again. The referee, of course, will call misdemeanor, and it will be Kim Huat to get the benefit of that call. Remember, the violations in basketball always very fragile. You've got to keep very, very active movement, and always believe that not enough credit goes to the referees for spotting as well. And that's decent enough there. Lei Shan Yeo with another 2.0 for Kim Huat. That's what you're really required to do. You need a good bit of a point margin to make it count. And she works extremely well as a point forward. She's got decent skills with the distribution. Will win the benefit of that call. Well, for a defensive misdemeanor on the part of Qian. Bit of rotation there as well. Fresh pair of feet always makes for a change on the court itself. Get a view earlier of Qian's coach, Chu Po Leng, who giving the girls a good bit of a dressing down, and that's going to be our first free throw of the game. She's got 2, so Leishan Yo will have to make this count. Remember, every point counts. That's twice off the hoop, so no worries here for Qian. They've almost gone back with a quick reply. Megan Lim will have to wait for her effort next. So let's remind you once again that this is the Rigorer Youth Cup 2022. Being played out on this day, the 25th of June, and it's the first free throw for Qian. And it's Megan Lim. She's got a decent enough arm on her, decent shooting skills. This time it's off the hoop. And sometimes you do have those skill sets that may make you, well, better to take a jump shot or to shoot straight off the lane, but 9 out of 10, it's always the layup that's more desirable. That's another misdemeanor there, the referee of course signaling. A personal violation. They're just out of the hoop, and that's what you really try to avoid, those blanks when you get those opportunities. It's Natasha Faith. So not the brightest for both sides of the court, the ladies in black and the ladies in white, with those free throw opportunities earlier. After a very productive first period of play, just been a tad bit of a struggle for the ladies to get through this one. Raffles does love to drive through as much as she can. And him there from Limray Chiao, Rachel Lim going just a tad bit wide. Walatong also fails to make that count. But remember, while we've got the girls under 16 on, we've got the boys under 16 that'll follow, and that's another placement game before we get to the final. This will be, of course, the girls under 16 finals, and then later on, the boys under 16 finals. And once we're done with those 4 games, it's going to be the other 18s that will kick into action. And while, of course, the competition does get more intense, let's not forget it's another free throw opportunity. Here's Neha. Always a cause for concern, isn't it? Free throw. So Huat missing out on the second opportunity. But having said that, it all really depends on the game plan of the coach. Sometimes, depending on the skill sets of the players, you want to opt in for 2-pointers, sometimes for 3, and there's always a chance that, well, in some cases, the free throw does matter the most. Open space here, all for the taking, but unfortunately, Margaret Valdedara, well, couldn't do much, but she's earned a free throw, and that should work well for her. Good call there by the referee. Violation, obstruction there earlier. Margaret will just have to do a tad bit better on her second throw. And that does it. just a bit of damage control was required, and Alicia Lydia Bentan making it count. So 14-13. It's still a very close affair here at the Singapore Basketball Centre between Huat R&E Basketball Club Raffles and Qian. Another missed effort from her. Almost halfway through the second period. You're going to look at, well, close matches. That's what makes it count. Which is expected from her, and this time around it's going to be a throw for Kim Watt. But to keep in mind the fact that the violations, as I said earlier, especially like traveling, they can be fairly, well, human nature. And even some of the greatest professionals are just guilty of it once in a while. She will rest easy for the time being. There's still a point behind. They can make it count. As Clearland restarts the action. Picked up by Claire. She's taken the team up to 16 points. She's had a few good field goals here today. That's really what you need. Chanchi just keeping tabs as Margaret Valdidara will draw closer. It's just a point behind now. So Kim Watt with a slender lead. Yasneha. The referee, of course, will pull that. So it's going to be an interesting battle when we get into the under-18s as well. We're just talking about how that intensity will change. Having said that, the finest players from the under-16 and the under-18s both stand a chance to make the national squads. And sometimes you have young players that really shine. Did have the opportunity to catch the action in the national school games earlier this year in April and May. And I did see some standout basketball players there, not just in the ladies but in the lads as well. Matter of fact, to be precise, it was Raffles School that had one of the finest, well, teams. Did meet their captain at that point of time. Just barely about 15 or 16. 15 probably to be precise. Just an outstanding player. So age is never really a benchmark. Sometimes your skill sets can actually be great. Chi was just creating an excellent part there. Neha will be denied an opportunity. Decent enough defense coming up from, well, Qian. Will get the benefit. Another free throw. Very clearly a violation there. Sometimes, well, penalties can actually result in better opportunities. Remember, the rule, of course, of 4 violations does stand through. And that's when you're ball throwing
opportunities in threes. So Alicia just going through the motions. Quick word there from the referee to Qian. And that's got to be sheer joy. Absolutely sheer joy for the first one from a free throw. Alicia, well, finds the breakthrough for that. So it's 16 all as the action continues right here at the Singapore Basketball Centre. As well, so getting into the last 2 minutes of play in the second period. Alicia. Once again. Got a trademark run, doesn't she? That's good damage control being done there by the point forward of Huat. And they once again makes it counter. She is turning out to be the standout player in terms of, well, scoring those field goals for the team. Definitely a talent to watch. Neha Lapides. Missed opportunity here, and this time around it was for Natasha Faith. 19-16, the white t-shirts, well, once again in control as we near the end of that second period. Just a tad bit of worries there for Qian with the passing. They haven't been as slick as they were in the first period. Just a few nerves. From afar. Garcia decides to stretch the distance just a tad bit. Speaking lip. She manages to knock that in. Very decent little layup. It's not the high factor. Can't make that count, so it's just a point behind Huat now. As Huat look to restore the damage. Keep in mind the fact that sometimes small forwards can really make the difference. Egan once again missing out. And it's Neha. Neha will love to drive, but she's done that a couple of occasions. Definitely going to be a bit of a threat here for Qian. And that's the end of the second period. There's going to be a 5-minute break here as Huat once again just stay. I'm not even going to say a step, but a toe ahead of the contest. So it's Huat R&E Basketball Club Raffles 19, Qian 18 at the end of the second period. Do stay with us. We'll be back with you with more action as we get into the third period, as we continue with the Rigorer Youth Cup 2022 at the Singapore Basketball Centre here in Algeria. Don't go anywhere. Join us and welcome to the Singapore Basketball Centre. We are coming at you live right from the heart of Alternate. We are into our third period of play as Huat R&E Basketball Club Raffles renew their battle with Qian. It's 19-18 as the score currently stands. It's been a decent enough start, and Qian will just looking forward to restoring parity and well, also getting the lead, but it's Huat who made it count. Remember, there's a change, well, in sight. That happens, of course, after those two periods. And Huat currently lead 20-18, so they're stretching that lead just a tad bit more. Now, what's interesting, of course, is it was pretty much end-to-end action with the ladies in black keeping up with the ladies in white as far as the points were concerned. It's 4 points that separate, but do remember, in a game of basketball, a few shots can actually make the difference, and a few efforts can turn the entire game around just in a matter of seconds. A decent enough move there from Lorraine Garcia, an assist from Neha. Will get the benefit of that call. The referee signaling a violation here. Free throw that will be taken by Celeste Lin. Remember, it was Alicia who broke and found the breakthrough earlier, and this time Celeste does well with her first effort. But will she nail another point? This time. And quick reply here, Leishan Yu. Which eyes here. Looking to provide a quick reply. They've still got a 3-point lead here in this period. But the most productive period, of course, would have been the first one. End-to-end action with that. The field goals, of course, just running a tad bit dry in the second period. Excellent work being done here by Qian. Megan Lim unable to find the target here. Lovely assist from Neha, and that's exactly how you do it. Now made it 24-19. To actually stretch their lead a lot more. It's now 5 points ahead of that 19. Just struggling with that bit of a worry.
Huh? I'm getting auto. I'm just trying to see where's the pickup.
Still very much in the lead. Another missed opportunity here as well, Celeste tries to make it count for Qian. excel with the layup every time, well, she does get to the opposition goal area. So 24-21 now. Qian fighting back. A bit over 6 minutes. Let's not forget, if you ever delve into the history of the sport itself, this sport goes way back. And there's a reason for that.
It's very jerky. Should we focus on, when you go to the half court, and you focus on that portion?
So a free throw here for Qian making it count as Ming Lim stepped up.
I don't know what's your take. 因为你看，好像只要有一点动，
Can she make the
他就
difference? Throw line.
But that's second game.
We'll start with that. Remember, after every
I don't know
four
whether because normally the
violations,
the
throw
ball is
count has
and then 他
increased.
他一 pass 他又快点
She's managed to knock 1 point in.
就搞歪一
Get
点，
another shot.
少一点。
Lovely effort there from
这样 rather like focus like that then you just can level.
看多一点，就看多一点。
然后他有时候会
Stop the action.
然后有时候送到，
Feedback again.
对啦，
你看如果那球发在这里，还有
歪，因为这样看
Almost does it here.
I mean you are the expert like you.
你要整个玩的比较。
Tries to
我不知道啊
in
I
this
don't know,
round.
I just look at the thing
Well, into that last
because I
6 minutes to be precise of the third period.
but you decide
Still
like
not too much of a change. Yeah, so we wrap it up as best as they can. Let's wait to the last one. This is the radio coming up
看看看
2022. Well, the Youth Cup has been around for the longest period of time. It's
然后你
right down from the 80s itself. We had just a tad bit of a pause for 2020-21, so it's been quite delightful to get the action started back again at the Singapore Basketball Centre. Tickets are sold out for the day, so I was lucky to get one. Well, I did have to get in. Lucky me, it was gratis, so didn't have to worry too much about that. And that's how important a tournament like this is. Another shot from Rigorer Garcia. Megan. So the run from her probably does end in a fairly well executed finish, but Megan will have to wait for her opportunities. There's Natasha P. This is out as well. Here's Alicia. And the elusive, well, basket in a way. Well, don't forget that the good old game of basketball was originated with using beach baskets. That's probably one of the reasons why you get that name. I'll tell you about that a little bit more, just in case you're interested. It's a wonderful history to the sport, dates back to the end of the 19th century. A game that was started by a doctor to help athletes play indoors during winter, and also with something that would have less impact, let's say like a game of football on field. Having said that, basketball injuries can of course be fairly detrimental, especially, well, ACL injuries, metatarsal as well, ankle injuries. It's one of the reasons why people will see basketball shoes always, well, some of the finest being anklets that help you keep the ankle steady. Having said that, in my school and college days, it was basketball to wear them, whether you played the game or not. Just make it live. Doesn't drive through too often. Decent enough salvaging work done there by Celeste. And it should be able to make it count, but Qian are not giving up.
Lucky me, Mr. MD. Got front view seat.
For that. But do remember, it's not a good master basketball, but we have fewer fouls on our disposal. There are many violations.
Because you're also coaching the U18
Like
boys.
from the lane, personal violations now. Traveling. I'll show you what makes the difference here. Swing up. Almost does it. Qian now back again. Here to make it. And that's damage control. Damage control gone well there from Qian, Qian. It's 24-23 and Qian now have drawn close. So Kim Huat will able to keep that slender lead. What's interesting is that the black t-shirts can actually pull a rabbit out of the hat here. They've trailed for most part of this game except for holding the lead once in the entire affair so far. And you've got two coaches of those who do have very different methods. I do believe that Qian's coach, super late. Well, he's very, very active and vocal, while Wang Junhao of Kim Huat has been just a bit more observant and quieter. That's the style of coaching. Yes, I'm coaching. Extremely loud and some of you extremely quiet. But that being vocal also does have its benefits, sometimes motivates the players. Now here's Raffles. Kaiser missing out. Almost doesn't fall. But tries to think there's Kaiser Gray also. So there's two of them. Suddenly looks like there might be a change as far as the lead is concerned as we get to the end of the third period. So getting into another free throw here and a good enough opportunity for young Qian. So it's interesting. Here's Neha, absolutely marvelous run. Well, did have the initiative, but unfortunately, we'll have to wait. So a point behind Qian, and they've still got about a minute left before we get into that third period. And that's the interesting bit as we get to the last part. And it certainly is, a change of events here as Kim Huat do continue with their action. It's been a good start for them, just about a point ahead of Qian. And Qian currently really battling it out to try and get back on level terms. So for the time being, it's still Kim Huat R&E Basketball Club Raffles 24, Qian 23. We're counting down the seconds here as we get towards the end of the third period. Well, the goal count, has been a fairly decent. Slender lead there too. Keep in mind the fact that after, this wonderful game, we'll have a tad bit of a break before we can,
launch into the next bit of action, and that'll be the boys under 16 placement match. And the placement, of course, would be for the third and the fourth place, as is customary. So Qian really very, very keen on changing things around here. And that's the end of the third period. And it's for the third time around that Kim Huat R&E will hold a slender lead, 24-23. It's a close-fought encounter, but do stay with us to find out if Qian can step back up and win this game, or will Kim Huat still maintain that slight advantage that they've kept right through. So we join you for the fourth period in just a little bit. My name is Glenn Mascarenas, and we are coming at you live from the Al Junaid Singapore Basketball Centre. Welcome back to the action right here at the Singapore Basketball Centre. We are coming at you live from Al Junaid. Remember, this event is brought to you by the Singapore Basketball Association, or the BAS. That is rightfully goes as the Basketball Association of Singapore. So there's still going to be a bit of a change as far as this period is concerned, as Kim Huat have already claimed, another two-pointer to make it 26-23. Qian looking to fight back, just missing out on that three-point count there was Alicia. Keep in mind the fact that for the first time around in the Youth Cup's history, of course, we've got a change of events, and that has to do with the entire atmosphere. It's like a carnival year today. So in case you have bought your tickets, that's wonderful. If not, do stay with us online. And by the carnival, I seriously mean we've got action, you've got merchandise. You can actually meet the players as well, I guess, if you know them. And we also have a bit of, you've got snacks and drinks that are available. So it's kind of a celebration, and a lot has to do with the fact that we are back down to resuming this tournament after that break that we had due to the pandemic. And this tournament very, very important because it's, as I said, a step up or a ladder to the national squad. Missing out on a shot this time around as well, Abigail Lin. The field goal always elusive. Depending on, the moment that you're stuck in and the momentum as well. Lovely effort there from Alicia. And that's what you really do require. More important than anything else, to be able to make it count. And that foul, of course, will give her a free throw. So it's interesting. Alicia needs to make that count. Just getting her bearings right. Those points tend to be so important, especially at this part of the game, and Megan and Alicia are missing out on it. But Megan just making sure that the ladies in black hold possession. Decent enough jump shot effort, but she won't find the target, and that was Celeste Nian, sorry. So always, well, a chance to get back into the action. 3 points difference, and that, of course, is not going to augur too well. So 28-23, Kim Huat. Well, they will get, well, not just the points, but the free throw as well for a violation there, or a personal violation, and that's what makes the difference. Was fouls like this can be expensive. Well, especially if Lei Shan Yeo can make this count. She just finds it a tad bit tough to do that. And the point guard for Jianqi, Natasha Qi, taking it forward. Well, strong hustle there, and it will be, well, Jianqi who win the benefit of that call, as Celeste Nian, well, does get that throw in. 5 points adrift, that's where Jianqi are. They certainly need to step up their game. Well, keep in mind the fact that we are into the last 7 minutes of play, and that's 7 minutes in the fourth period. And just as the action continues, we've got the under-16 lads who are warming up to get onto, well, the court in just a little bit. And it's going to be KX Youth facing off with Siglap Red. Well, that happens, well, in a little bit from now. But for now, the placement match between Kim Huat and Jianqi will continue right here at the Singapore Basketball Center in Al Junaid. So, very interestingly, Kim Huat R&E Basketball Club Raffles, well, are certainly getting ahead with, well, that not a slender lead, but a very good lead that they have. It's about 5 points. Now, keep in mind the fact that maybe just a 3-pointer and 2-pointer could change the outcome of the game. But Jianqi have had, well, just a tad bit of a worry with their accuracy as far as the field goals are concerned. And Kim Huat have kept it fairly steady. Here's Neha. Natasha Qi, well, unable to make it count, but there's always a good bit of damage control that can be done by Celeste Nian. Here's Ang Shi-chi. Well, that's great interception from Neha, but not for too long. That's the black t-shirts reclaim possession. And Natasha Qian able to, well, just reduce the deficit further. So Neha restoring it back to her point guard. And was picked up by Leishan Yo. Alicia. Lovely pass to Abigail Lim. Well, time is of the essence here for Qian, and they know that, well, with Kim Huat being fairly aggressive and keeping the pressure on them, it's going to be, well, every shot that matters, every effort that counts, and every time that they do get an opportunity. Here's Alicia. And that's picked up by Celeste. It's off to Alicia back again. Alicia, well, she's missed out on her, well, a jump shot a couple of times over. Throw-in opportunities, or free throw opportunities always, well, do matter the most. And if Violet Thong can just make these count, they're just 2 points adrift. Remember, well, scoring points and getting a free throw, always very desirable, but Neha's pulled that away just in time for Kim Huat. Well, just struggled a tad bit on the other side of the court, and I don't know if you believe this, but in every single sport, whether you take tennis or sepak takraw or even a game like cricket or baseball, sometimes the side that you face, well, does make a difference, and it's not going to make too much of a difference here for Jianqi, as they've had another good effort, and they've now drawn level. It's now 28-28, and it's anyone's game to win in the first affair of the day. Well, just over 2 minutes left on the clock, which means it's a fairly good enough time. And while, well, it's pretty much a level playing field, well, these last few minutes, so the last 2 minutes will count the most. A very sneaky assist there, and almost a good finish from Claire Lim. So it's really who finds, well, the target first, who can knock it through the net. Will it be the white t-shirts or the black t-shirts? Didn't think that this game would be poised to have a decider in the last 2 minutes, but it certainly is. What a turn of events, and almost does it here for, well, Lei Shan Yu. But Qian are fighting back. Remember, it's every goal for themselves here on this court, as Zhang Shiqi will restart the action. The question is, which of these, well, two teams will be able to finish off as the third best. Remember, we've got the under-14, 16s and 18s. The under-14s, of course, concluded on Thursday. So we are grabbing the action with the under-16s and the under-18s. Well, the boys' placement match follows just after this. So don't forget to stay with us right through this entire day. Remember, the boys' under-16 placement match will be followed then by the under-16 girls final and the under-16 boys final. So it's a day full of action, and it's only the first one. I'm not even going to say it's a teaser, but it's been, well, a good start, a good sign of things to come, and we are going to progress with, well, just a bit more intensity, and the crowds, of course. Remember, tickets are sold out, so we'll have a fairly, well, noisy and much desired noisy, well, atmosphere later on. Not everyone's a morning person, but she certainly is, as she's put her team into the lead now. Celeste Nian just giving, well, Kim Huat that much-needed 3 points. Giving Qian that much-needed 3 points as Kim Huat fight back. And you wouldn't have thought of this. Well, the ladies in white leading for all 3 periods. And now, right towards the end, as we count down the last few seconds, well, Kim Huat certainly looking to restore the balance, but it's Qian who lead by 3 points, 31-28, and a good enough opportunity for them to get back on level terms with a foul being called. And there's a timeout. So we're down to the last 29 seconds. And these 29 seconds will really be a decider. So a game that was almost settled in that last minute of play. And what a lovely effort from Celeste Nian. Made it look so very easy. Celeste Nian Xuanlin. So the white t-shirts will have to draw back. They fought hard. They've been a very, very, well, formidable side to deal with and held their own for most part of this, well, encounter. But getting into the last bit, this is what really matters. Well, after that timeout, they do have, well, the free throw opportunity. And it's Lei Shan Yu. Well, much depends on her. And that's one in. Absolutely marvelous job being done here by her. Well, remember, for the free throw, the clock will always stop. That resumes soon after the action resumes on field. Oh, that's 2 out of 2. Wonderful work being done here by Leishan Yeo. It's now 31-30. And can Qian hold Kim Huat off? Well, it doesn't seem like it, because it looks like we've got, well, Kim Huat to the benefit of that call. Well, the officials just having a quick word. Well, the next game would have kicked off at 10:30, but we'll just kick it off a little bit later. Well, close to schedule. Remember, we've got 8 games in the day, so we are going to pack in all of them. And, well, if there's any reason that you might have a bit of a, well, delay in proceedings, well, that can be all put down to the fact that there are stoppages in every single, well, matchup. So the action will resume as we get into the last bit here. It's been a very well fought battle between the under-16 clubs on the court in front of us. It's a throw-in. And Leishan Yeo will take it. Gets it to Neha. Neha to Ang Shi Chi. Well, almost does it here. Leishan Yeo. We're looking to make that count, and that's another call. So Qian will have to be very, very, well, careful in those last few seconds. Well, they will do everything to keep Kim Huat from finding, well, the net. And the reason is, well, they've got just a single point lead, and that's where those misdemeanors count. That's where every violation, well, does come into play, and it's so fragile towards the end. And she's got that through. Back on level terms now. And could this be, well, the winning shot? That's a big question being asked here. Chai Ziling. And the score's tied at 31. And a quick timeout here as we get into the last bit. It's going to be a tough one and a tough decider between, well, the teams. 31 all. Chai Ziling, well, just pulling her team back level. She could have made it count with that last effort, but it's not always easy. But good enough to keep the white t-shirt still in the reckoning for that third place finish in the Youth Cup. .6 seconds. Well, which of these teams will make it count? That's a quick steal, but not for too long, as Leishan Yeo loses possession. And We'll just figure out whether that's gonna count. Well, it doesn't because the buzzer did go off earlier, but I'd say a glorious effort there from Violet Thong. So we are going to go into overtime. Let's very quickly keep you in the loop that while the coaches do have a word with the athletes, overtime will be 5 minutes. And those 5 minutes, of course, will be the decider for who comes out on top here today. So what a good start it's been in the morning. Our first game itself, well, that has gone straight down to the wire. Well, not the most pacey, not the most aggressive, but it's been a productive one for our young athletes on the court. On both sides of it, that is, to be precise. And a very, very good performance being put up. So when you start off the day, and you always want the first game to be the one to, well, set the tone, and this certainly has for us. So more power to the young athletes of Huat R&E Basketball Club Raffles and Qian as they've started off the ball rolling literally in the Rigorer Youth Cup 2022 in the under-16s placement match, and they've done it really well. So into overtime, 5 minutes of play is what we have. And it's really going to boil down to which of the two clubs, well, can make it count here. Megan Lim. We're drawing in Abigail. And how often, well, do you see a blank that you just wish would have made its way through? And Celeste Lynn would tell us all about it on that part. Having said that, still very early days to make a call. Natasha Key. Well, she's been wonderful as a point guard. Almost matched the skill sets of Ang Chi Chi, her counterpart. And Megan Lim, well, missing out as well. Possession now with the white t-shirts. And here's Chai Zi Ling. Well, who fought hard to keep her team, well, in the match. And a free throw opportunity here for Kim Huat. Leishan Yeo stepping in. And she's got that through. Well, just took a good bit of... Well, just took a tad bit of time for the ball to decide which way it was going to go. But it's now 32-31 and 33-31. Absolutely marvelous job being done here by Leishan Yeo. 2 out of 2. And that is so needed, especially during this time when there would be a bit of nerves. Remember, the teams were tied on 31 each, and now Qian have it all to do here. Well, it's been action on both sides of the half line right through. And Neha does well to stretch that. So now Kim Huat will just putting on the pace factor that's been missing for most part of this game. It's 35-31. And what a change. So Qian will have to make it count. Neha pulls it away once again. Here's Ang Chi. It's off to Neha. Well, the girls still waiting very much for that opportunity to count, and what a three-pointer. Absolutely marvelous job being done here. Julian Ong coming to the party. It's now 38. And there certainly seems to be a massive lead, 38-31. So 2.5 minutes left. 7 points adrift. And that's what you really needed. Kim Huat coming in with the game plan for overtime. They would want to make this count. And these two ladies have been absolutely fantastic. Young ladies or girls. Well, I do get called out sometimes by the athletes themselves for that. Some do not like to be called younger. Some do not like to be called older. Having said that, it's been a fantastic start for us. I've enjoyed every bit of this game. And I do hope that you felt just the same. So as we get into the last 2 minutes, well, can the black t-shirts fight back? I think that's the big question being asked here today. So here's Ang Chi. It's got Leishan Yo in. It's off to Neha. Back to Leishan. Picked up by Chai Ziling. Almost a smart move from Ang Chi. And that foul, of course, will just grant the white t-shirts another opportunity. And it is their point guard who will take the free throw this time. Can she stretch it a bit more for Kim Huat? Well, not this time. 2 minutes of play left. To be precise, 1 minute 58 seconds. Here's Ang Chi back again. Well, she's missed out, but it's still a healthy 7-point lead. Here's Celeste. Finding Violet. It's back to Celeste. Well, driving away through very, very smartly, Celeste, but unable to make it count as, well, Kim Huat are back in control. So 38-31 is where it stands. Here's Neha. Oh, that's a wonderful effort from her. She does that so well. Well, always cuts through the defense extremely well. It's now 40-31, and Kim Huat almost, well, putting this game out of the hands of Qian. Effort there from Celeste Lin, but fails to find its mark. And Kim Huat, well, still keeping the pressure on. Ang Chi and Neha Lapades Sathivelu have been standout players for their team. You always look at the point guard and the small forward as being really the most, well, flamboyant of the pack. Sometimes, of course, the center or the power forwards could outdo them, but I've always been biased towards, well, those two positions. And that's really just a personal preference. Depends on whether you like, well, versatility or distribution. And point guards will to excel in the latter, while the small forwards always the most versatile of all the players. Here's Neha. Well, almost does it for her. And now it's just looking difficult here for Qian. Megan Lim takes it through. Does find her mark. It's 40-33 as the seconds count down. And it does look like Kim Huat Basketball Club Raffles can see that third place finish right within the palm of their hands. It's not going to be, well, too much of a challenge. And it's really the clock that will make all the difference here. And that's it. What a victory here for the white t-shirts, Huat R&E Basketball Club Raffles. Start of the morning in the Rigorer Youth Cup 2022 with a 40-33 victory over Qian. It was Qian that had it all to do as they really led in the fourth period, but Huat in overtime just managing to get past and to outdo their opponents. So it's been an interesting finish for us here. And a massive one. Huat R&E Basketball Club Raffles once again, well, pulling off a win over Qian to take the third place in the under-16s. We do have the boys under-16s that'll kick in just a little bit. So do stay with us right here at the Singapore Basketball Centre as we continue with the action live from Al Junaid. My name is Glenn Mascarenas. I'm not going anywhere, and I'd ask you to do the same.